George Russell and Red Bull have potentially held preliminary talks over the course of a seat for the 2026 season. But is it going to be what we expect? Now, obviously, we know that Max Verstappen could potentially be moving on at the end of this season should he hit the clauses in his contract. Now, for me, I think that would obviously open the door for Mercedes to jump in and pick up Max Verstappen should he activate those clauses, which would obviously open the door for George Russell. Now, just a few weeks ago, there was reports suggesting that George Russell had a £30 million a season contract on the table from Mercedes. But in my opinion, if this news is going around, there's always no smoke without fire. It would suggest that that deal isn't as close as we should anticipate. Now, for me, George Russell going to Red Bull would not be surprising, especially if he isn't offered a brand new contract by Mercedes. And ultimately, I think if Max Verstappen does open that door to leave Red Bull, I think he'll end up in a Mercedes seat. Now, for me, should George Russell go to Red Bull? I don't think so. I think Red Bull Powertrains is probably going to be one of the worst power units on the grid heading into 2026, as it is the first power unit they have ever developed. And obviously, Ford are involved and things like that. So it's very, very interesting to see how that will develop. Now, obviously, this would obviously open the door for Max to leave. Max would obviously have to leave for George to take the seat. And you can obviously let me know your thoughts down in the comments if you think that's going to happen. I'm going to do a full video over on YouTube where I discuss this in full and why I think George Russell won't end up at Red Bull and why Max Verstappen will. So if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit the follow button. If you're over on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit like. Check out the full video linked here on YouTube Shorts, and I'll catch you in the next video.